And we have returned. Ascension eSports Elder League. We are at Game 5. A possible reverse sweep coming out of the Masked Penguins after they lost their first 2 games in devastation. What do you think about this series, Allspark?
I don't even know what to think about this series. The first 2 games, it's just the Relegades did look really good, but now the circumstances have changed. Their strats are known. The Iron's being banned out. Red Flame Evolved's being banned out, and now the last 2 games being taken by Masked Penguins. It just looks like they're on the rise now. They're on a streak, and it's going to take a significant effort from the Relegades for them to figure out how to get out of this situation.
Yeah, it's ever since they figured out, let's ban Ivern, they've been on a hot streak. White Raw hasn't looked that good on pretty much any champion he's played after the Ivern. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Relegades adapt to this, to see if they can get White Raw on something that he can do much more work on. Because as it is right now, Piccolo Jack, I said it earlier, he went from Krillin to Goku in the last few games. He's putting on a pretty good display, and I can't believe I doubted this guy.
I can't believe it either, but let's not speak too soon yet. Maybe it'll change and it'll go back to what we've seen so far in this game, but he did have a very good performance in the last game, so we'll see whether he can keep this up. I'd quite like to see him on Heckman again, though.
Yeah, I think a small thing to note, surprisingly, that I kind of overlooked was Autumn Rain was actually legendary in that matchup.
He's been legendary for the past 2 games, actually, doing very well in the Ari, in both games, right? Oh, wait, he played Ari last game, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So, getting into the champions, let's see whether or not they change up any of the bans. Potentially, an Ari ban, maybe. Honorman has been doing very well on that champion. Also, okay. I don't believe that the Relegades would ban out if they ban out Heckran, then Piccolo Jack's going to pick Gragas. If they ban out Gragas, he picks Heckran. So, I don't think that there's really a way to suppress Piccolo Jack's champion pool now that he has these 2 champions that he's had pretty good performances on. But we'll see whether or not they can adapt their pick ban at all to that.
Maybe Luke will open. Oh, never mind. Wow, go ahead.
Only having those 2 bans is quite crippling. Honestly, I don't think that Demagogue having Twitch is quite that big of a deal to ban it over 5 games. I think that banning out another champion would be possibly better. Like, if you ban out... I'd have to think about this, but if they don't ban Ari next, then I think that they should have banned Ari instead of the Twitch.
Their fear is wise.
Yeah, so I think they should have banned Ari instead of the Twitch, personally. I think that the Ari is a bigger deal than Mario Switch.
Happy to
because he's had pretty good performances on the Lucian. The other one's Lucian. Lucian. He's had a pretty good performance on Lucian. He can play AD carry. AD carries on Twitch.
What the colors? The Udyr. Quite interesting. Could that be? Well, let's face it. It was something that enabled KR fans to not even do well, but do the best somehow. Like, he was both garbage and greatness at the same time. It's such a weird thing to see.
Schrodinger's Udyr. I don't know if he can really replace that with much to complement the same playstyle, because as that Udyr who's just running around all the time, just stunning people up, being a terror in the backline, and just holding people in place for the slightest second, just so that the rest of the team can catch up and then murder whoever that person was. So, not really much else that he could play that would be the same, but see if he goes for any of his previous picks, like the Fizz we've seen. I want to know what this is for. I don't know if it's potentially a placeholder or if it's like a Tankakali top, because I know that the coach of Relegades is a fan of Tankakali.
Huh. Coach.
Oh, there we go. There's some Mario solution.
Would be very interesting.
Yeah, Demagogue's got Lucian. So he's pretty good on that champion as well. I don't think that it warrants banning out Twitch if you just want to leave up Lucian. Oh. Well,
Silver's locked.
Going back to the roots, I suppose we are. Alright, well. Oh, did he win or lose the last 7 games that he played? I believe that he played Silver like game 3, right? I can't keep my track and lose my head. But anyways, he will be playing that Sivir, and the Gravis has been locked in for White Raw. So I believe that Pickle Jack will probably be playing Hector in this game.
Seeing the next hover, Jax. That
Okay,
would be a
I'm
very
hearing
interesting
reports that
replacement.
the Akali is Ahri. So they've taken away the Ahri of Autumn Rain here. So they didn't. Okay, so that's why they didn't ban out the Ahri because they're planning to take it first rotation. So, yeah. Okay, so the last time that Samano played Sivir, that was game 2, and that was a win for the side the Relegades. So it's worked for them in the past. This Vladimir though, I don't know about this one. I've never seen this. Pretty decent champion, I guess.
It's
It looks the same
honestly
range.
really potent if it can get going. There's
Yeah.
actually a pretty big play that I saw before from DTS mid.
Oh, DTS mid, yeah.
Completely destroyed an Ahri. I can't remember who it was, but in one combo, pretty much 100 to 0 within a second.
Yep, he did, and see whether or not he can mimic the success that DTS has had with that champion, but we'll
Hey,
see.
wake up.
Against the Ahri, I don't know how that exactly... so he can cool the charm. He can pull the charm. That's nice. And Ahri has a decent amount of burst, but also kind of like over time with the cooldown between the Spirit Rushes and also the Q. There will be the Gangplank and Nautilus, so very decent front line for the Relegades. They'll have a lot of front line for the Ahri and Sivir's Samano Sivir as mostly Gangplank. So I do quite like that. I have to see what the pick and response though.
I wonder how this is going to play out. I do like the call for the Mass Penguins so far, but I want to give it to the Relegades one more time. I do think they are going to be able to take it just because I don't think they can check Red Flame Evolve this time. And considering he had almost a double Flame Horizon, I'd be really worried if I were the Mass Penguins.
Yeah, definitely gotta be a little bit of afraid there, but if they can mimic their success last game against Red Flame Evolve, keeping him down up until the end, then yeah, okay. That's a new pick.
Ho, ho, ho.
Alright, well, we got the Jax picked.
I was sincerely hoping for that. I'm actually pretty happy to see that.
What do you know? That's a Gangplank? Not sure how that matchup swing. I feel like that could go either way because you can just cleanse the counter strike from Jax, and Jax needs to like stick on you for a long time, but it'll be quite difficult with the cannon barrage.
Understood.
And barrels, I think.
Yeah, but the
Now
big thing I
I'm
see is not how the
angry.
matchup runs, it's just how KR Fang plays.
Right.
And I think it really
I'm
suits
on
his
to
play
you.
style, especially if he's trying to replace something that he had such great success with, like the Udyr.
Yeah,
Their fear
definitely
is
gonna be a
wise.
little bit alien as well though because of the loss of that Udyr. I'm gonna
I
shake
shall
things up a
endure.
bit because we have seen though when the team cups are shaken up like that, then that's pretty bad because Relegades had a thing that works for them, and then the Ivern, and then the use of the picks, the shields, and then that was taken away, and now the Master Penguins I found was going from them. They found this Udyr, and now that's gone as well. So we'll have to see if that's enough to dethrone them from this winning streak that they're on, or if Relegades are still going to take this loss, knowing that they've lost the past two and they're one game away. Because you have to remember, they've been playing for like 4 hours now. It's gotta feel pretty bad after these past two losses.
And it seems like they just did an accidental mispick, and yeah, those 4 hours starting to add up. No, it was a client crash, actually.
Client crash, alright.
So hopefully they can speed through this much faster because we need to see
Understood.
the outcome of this game.
Yep.
Now
So we're
I'm
gonna zoom
angry.
through. Let's pick on band face again. Go for it.
I'm on to you.
Speed it up. I'm so sad I didn't get to see Demoglio's Twitch. That is my greatest regret about this whole entire matchup.
Alright, so hopefully we get through this a little bit fast, please.
Their fear
But this is it.
is
This is when we
wise.
see whether or not it's going to be the reverse sweep
I
or not.
shall
2-2.
Yeah, a lot of tension. A lot rides on this. Can KR Fangs pull off the Jax? Can Piccolo Jack pull off a similar performance that he had last game? And most of all, can Red Flame actually just pull off another Flame Horizon and completely melt the team of the Masked Penguins? There's so much that can happen in this match.
You have to wonder if the fact that it went to a best of 5 to the 5 games at all is kind of bad for both of these teams, because no matter who wins, okay, they both took 2 losses. They took 2 losses to get there, and whoever wins this is going to go off to place either the Interns United or the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. And now, if Relegades win this, they'll go into facing Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, knowing that they lost 2 games to the Masked Penguins. So it's just really, can they really match up to the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies? It's going to be waiting for them. And Interns United as well, very good team, but Masked Penguins are actually tied for points with Interns United.
I think
We'll
it's a
just
little
see
bit
what repercussions it has.
too early to hop into the future, especially when this series is just so incredibly close.
But either way that the series goes, facing Interns United with Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, are they really prepared though, with both parties having dropped 2 games to each other in the quarterfinals? I haven't seen whether or not this means anything for the semifinals, where they'll ostensibly be playing somebody who's much better than whoever they're playing right now.
I just want to point out real quick, Sandwalker has opted into taking the Ignite, so they are going to go pretty heavy in this lane. They are looking to make a kill lane happen.
I'm not sure how I feel about that against Jax. Jax is a terror to play against, especially if he gets ahead. Like, you get a Decerux gauge, you got a Trinity Force, you get a Bork or whatever. That Empower is hitting you so much. Especially when Decerux gauge pops and you have these extra shield procs. And then when he's just killing all of your towers because he's split pushing using Jax. Popping with drafting 2 frontline tanks. Oh, I know. It looks like Thermalk actually took exhaust. I think he did.
Unless he switched to exhaust at the last second possible.
Alright, well, always nice to give analysis on stuff that never actually happened. Alright.
Yay.
So Piccolo Jack back with this. Heckman will be running that Ghost Exhaust, Ghost Smite, as per usual. Don't want to have Exhaust on a jungler. That'd be
Ghost
bad.
Exhaust jungling. That is when you know that casting has been going on for too many hours.
Too many hours indeed.
But still pretty hyped for this one. Cannot deny the hype that we're about to see in this Game 5. Like, there's a lot riding on this. This is playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these teams want this, and they've proved that they want this, but only one can advance. We're going to find out who it is.
That we will. Really hoping this isn't just going to be some kind of stomp of the game.
But to alert you who have just joined us, this is Ascension eSports Elder League. This is an LCS-style tournament with a regular season and playoffs for players in the gold through plat. If you're interested in joining Ascension eSports, we have divisions for all elos, including bronze through silver with our Dragon League, and diamond and above with our Phoenix League, as well as an in-house ladder. So please, check out the links below, check out our Discord, check out our subreddit, and we look to see you soon. But for now, who's gonna win it? Relegades Incorporated? Masked Penguins? Let us know in the chat who you think is taking it home. Oh, but Spark, more importantly, who do you think is taking it home?
Oh boy, this last game. Looking at these team comps, it is to be noted that we are still maintaining this tradition where whoever we guess loses. So I feel kind of guilty if I guess and then that person doesn't lose. But that being said, I think I like the comp on the side of Masked Penguins better. Like this gangplank on the side of Red Flame Evolved is very potent indeed, but he showed that even through that, it wasn't enough to bring in this win. And Vladimir is also a very strong champion, I think. You got that AoE, you got this onslaught of shadows. The only thing that's iffy about that is the fact that they've lost the engage from Demaglio's Ashe. They have to substitute that with just Piccolo Jack. That could potentially be a weak point, but I think that if this Vladimir can just can get onto these priority targets, sidle on past the tank line of Relegades, then that'll work out great for them. I just like their comp better. And also, I really like Jax as a champion.
Dude, I think the biggest thing to mention is, yeah, they have the Vlad, Autumn Rain. It's not if he can pop off, it's when. He's got the blessing of the man himself, DTS mid. The biggest highlight plays in Vladimir's champion life. Like, I feel it. I
don't know if exactly he has the blessing of DTS, judging by DTS's chat history in the Twitch chat, which I will neglect to mention.
That's a compliment coming from DTS.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's good to know. All right, cool. Just making sure. I'm not versed in DTS speak here, but I'm glad to know we have a translator on scene.
But yeah, we are loading into game now, into game 5 specifically. 2-2 apiece. Relegades Incorporated versus Masked Penguins. Let's get into it right now.
It needs to be noted that White has actually taken Thunderlords instead of something like Courage of the Colossus that has previously been taken by Piccolo Jack. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that because I really think that this Gragas needs to be that tanky Gragas that's displacing the enemy, not really Thunderlords doing damage Gragas. And that Courage of the Colossus does make a very big difference when we get into like the later game.
So we're waiting to see what's going to be built. We got the Doran Shield coming out of Samana.
Yeah, Red Flame Evolved going for that Doran Shield. Meanwhile, Demaglio, still with his staunch refusal to build Doran Shield. He's above that. It's alright.
Doran's Blade. I really would have preferred the longsword in this case. I think having that Blade of the Rune King early is massive on Illusion.
30 seconds until minions.
Then again, you have to realize though, the all-in potential depends because most of the people when you're deciding between longsword and Doran's Blade, you're not really thinking about I can get my Blade of the Rune King faster with this. Mostly people are thinking, do I need the sustain right now? Do I think I'm going to need this for all in? And I think that's generally what goes through something like my mind. Oh wait,
Red Flame got chunked out quickly. White Raw responding to it with aggression. Red Flame lucky to survive without having to burn his flash.
That's a 30 gold lead for the side of the Masked Penguins. So
that's a huge lead right there.
Yeah,
that's going to change the game.
Change the game indeed. All right, so it'll be pretty standard starts and leashes and see how this game plays out. Actually, Doran Shield from Autumn Rain as well. Wow. Actually, that seems pretty cancer. Not gonna lie.
Huh.
That's like, that actually seems really good on Vladimir.
Yeah, very interesting pickup. Both mid laners. No, not both. Just Autumn Rain.
Yeah. Doran Shield and Ari, that's where I draw the line.
Doran Shield everyone.
That's where I draw the line. I can't deal with that. That's too much for me.
This is going to be a little bit of a hard matchup for KR Fangs. He is going to be harassed quite heavily early on. Does need a little bit of time to start ramping up.
He does. Hopefully he'll be able to get that opportunity. KR Fangs taking the punishment. Goodness. It's not fun to play against from the Evolves. It's just so potent. Even though he has only a Doran Shield, not even like a damage item, it's just those Qs are hitting for so much. I don't know if it's something to do with the rune pages or something, but
yeah, and once again, it is Ascension eSports. It wouldn't be Ascension eSports without pauses. So here we see a fight breaking out. Demaglio trying to punish Samano early, actually canceled one of his auto attacks.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. A-okay. Get a little bit of that damage. Meanwhile, he's burned his pot though.
did burn his pot. Samano has yet to. And having the Doran shield, you kind of want to give the advantage to Samano.
Yeah, ordinarily I would as well, but like the Doran shield really is very good of an item. But I've seen people losing as a little bit of action.
Autumn Rain doing some pretty good moves to dodge out. It could have been a lot of pain from Mr. Jax.
Yeah. And it nearly was. Now a little bit of a CS league going on for Red Flame involved as per normal. Piccolo Jack a little bit low. Oh no.
No, Piccolo Jack, he's going back to Krillin.
Fall from grace, dude. The Piccolo Jack that's getting first blood at 4 minutes, the Piccolo Jack that's dying red buff at 4 minutes.
He just restarted his recall twice. I don't understand why.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, thanks.
Very weird. Ooh.
Ooh.
A failed barrel coming out of Red Flame. Uncharacteristic.
Oh.
Makes up for it regardless, though.
That was unfortunate. Mistiming the disarm and just losing so much health for it.
But still, Red Flame's starting to run low on mana at this point.
Eventually.
Ooh, gets the better of that exchange as he smacks Red Flame. And we see Piccolo Jack. He made it back. He's doing it. He's in the fight with his red buff, and he wins it this time.
Oh, yes. Always a nice thing to see. When you juggle can actually take the red buff. Meanwhile, Autumn is back for the double amplifying sound. Oh.
Ooh, a nice flash out of Demoglio prevents what could have been disaster.
Yep, it's gonna be alright. -1 flash, of course, but well played by Whiterun to get that summoner spell cooldown. Still hasn't backed versus Piccolo Jack, who had to back after he couldn't take the red buff. Now he's gonna look to get something in the enemy jungle, perhaps, or possibly dive. No, he just wants to do that.
Once again, going after Demoglio, but Demoglio punishes big time on a Sandwalker.
Feeling a lot of trading going on down here.
And KR Fangs has to be really aware of the mana bar of Red Flame. He has an opportunity to do big punishment. Speaking of punishment, Demoglio going after Sandwalker. He's getting punished, uses the hill, he has to flash away, but first blood comes out!
Wow, and that was just very tragic. They were trying to get in there. It was but a little bit of trading on here.
The flash forced out of Red Flame. Is that the end for him? It is! What a great gag to come out of Piccolo Jack, and
Wow.
KR Fangs barely able to survive.
I thought that going through with that E was incredible, like really overextension. I thought that they should have given up after he flashed, but no. Both of them having access to those gap hooks and just disregarding the tower and getting the kill. Goodness. Now it'll be a 1-for-1. Now 60.
No, not like this. Oh my goodness, KR Fang.
15 HP.
Oh,
my
he's
goodness.
still gonna die though, because look who's here. It's Mr. Jax.
Not
And the
necessarily- oh,
ignite is all it takes.
Never mind. Okay, well, I was hoping for a bit. I was hoping he would use that leap strike away, but doesn't matter because of Okay, well, little overzealous staying so long there. 2 brushes with death. That's enough for him.
Yeah, you can only get away with it so many times.
A lot of brain doing a little bit of dominance here. Zoning.
Did you see Sandwalker making a little bit of a roam? So far, this game in favor of the Relegades Incorporated, but it's still extremely early. Sandwalker looks to get onto Autumn Rain. Will the charm go out? Charm does land, and that could be the end of Autumn Rain, and he dies!
Well played by Mr. J. Jax going in and not giving up, even though it didn't initially work out. Meanwhile.
Ooh, KR Fangs and Red Flame really getting into it, but overall in favor of Red Flame. As, such disgusting damage the moment he gets that Sheen.
Sheen for both champions, but Gangplank can just proc it from really far away and not have to commit to anything, so. It's a Gunblade, Hextech Revolver, not Gunblade, finished by Undermine, so he'll have a little bit more of that damage and ability power.
Carafangs has to do something to stop his tower from getting melted. He's just kind of standing there.
It doesn't work.
Piccolo
Yep,
Jack
so
is here now.
That he is.
But I don't know if Piccolo Jack wants to take that fight. He's still going in for it.
He wants it.
Chunked out. He's looking to take it. Trying to melt down Red Flame Evolved. It looks very likely for him. But who's here? It's gonna be White Raw with the save and the kill. Eventually, is it gonna happen? No, Piccolo Jack's gonna go for it, but he gives the kill to Red Flame Evolved instead.
Oh, what? I think he was in Q range if he had just Q'd. I'm certain he was in Q range there. He got very close, but maybe he was holding out for a little bit too long. Maybe he didn't know, but I don't know. Just very well played by White Raw, being that savior, being there when you need to. Oh! All right.
And Carafang's getting a little bit of that brush with death thing, doing it back to Red Flame Evolve, the same thing that happened to him earlier in the game.
Yep, I'm going to be getting sweet, sweet vengeance for his teammate there. 4-2 now, 9 minutes in, and with a 1k gold lead for the side of Relegades. Looking good, but anything's possible. Have to see what happens here. Cannon Barrage actually used.
Wait, where? I heard the sounds, but I never saw it.
That's why I said that it was used. I heard the sound, but I have no idea where.
Oh, it's such a weird sound.
There's a possibility maybe he misclicked it, because if you look at the health bars on Masked Penguins, it's not low like at all. Only Piccolo Jack, and Piccolo Jack has been farming in jungle. I choose to believe they misclicked it.
If that's true, then I don't know what to say.
Because it makes logical sense though, because the only people he could possibly have ulted are the laners, not Piccolo Jack himself, because he's in the jungle farming. And they're not low at all. Well, they weren't at the time, I guess. We'll see.
So far, Autumn Rain not really looking that good on this Vladimir. And there's a pause. Ascension eSports, it's what we do. Pauses left and right.
Fun times, fun times. Okay, well, 2-0 on Mr. J Jax. Doing pretty well for himself. Honor Rain only having died once, and really wasn't his fault though. He did get 3-manned there, so trying to get back into this, but Mr. J Jax showing that he can play Honor Rain's champion as well. Now Carafangs has a blue bow. Not sure if he can do much with it though.
Carafangs looking to get some punishment on the Red Flame. Doesn't really get too much though. But I mean, you could say it's not Autumn Rain's fault, but let's face it, he was pretty far forward despite seeing the Nautilus earlier. And then on top of that, he still had his flash up when he died.
Did he now? Actually, was unaware of that. Okay, well, that's a little unfortunate I didn't use it then. Red Flame Evolved now having the Trinity Force components. Both top lanes working for that. Carafangs being 2-1 actually, but still we see this CS lead for Red Flame Evolved, and we also see White Raw soloing him.
I didn't even know that was possible on a
possible on just about every champion. There's a video on Reddit. But this is about his 3rd time doing this. I'm pretty sure White Raw is.
And here comes Piccolo Jack looking to get onto Red Flame. Red Flame does have flash, instantly burns it, and very wisely burns it.
Yep, looks like he will be alright though. Oh, well, he's kind of far away from home. That's a 1v2 on the bot side then. If they can properly zone the 500 range Samano from his wave, they can get a lot of damage on this turret. Sandwalker's still there.
Yeah, Sandwalker's still there. Here comes a 3v2 though. Cannon Barrage goes off. Carafangs trying to get away. They should have just played it safe. I don't know why they went for that.
Yeah, it's just they got knocked around so much though. Sandwalker's death charge as well as the body slam. But now it's a Herald. Oh goodness, this is gonna be 2 towers easily. This is 2 towers easily. This is That's legitimately 2 towers.
No way, not like this. Here comes Mr. J-Jax looking to get the play onto Axis All, managing to live. Demoglio almost taking down Samano.
Both of the ball lanes
Oh my
will live. But yeah, like I said, that's 2 towers. There's nobody there. Autumn Rain has gone mid lane to get some damage on that tower, but they just lost an outer and an inner.
And they're going to be able to get that Rift Herald to hit one more tower too.
The stream is coming. Maybe they can intercept it, but they don't. They definitely want to kill that thing before it hits it.
Yeah.
Oh, kill it, kill it, kill it. You can see it. Oh. Okay, that wasn't actually that much damage.
Yeah, it was more on the others.
Yeah.
But great macro play. It wasn't even great macro play. I'm trying to compliment Relegades, but it was just really bad decision making to come out of Masked Penguins, just like this is. Piccolo Jack going down again. Said it earlier, he's gone back to Krillin.
Now 7-2, 14 minutes in, and that's a 5K gold lead for Relegades. Looking very comfortable in this game. And
Oh
now
my goodness, what a throw to come out of the Masked Penguins.
Changing circumstances, changing comps, and now they don't know what to do with this one. Piccolo Jack just not being able to have the early game advantage that he did in the last game. And if you can't have Piccolo Jack influence your lanes like that early, then you're back to the same Masked Penguins that you were.
And you have to question what Piccolo Jack has been doing. He died twice in a row for practically no reason. What, we saw him earlier, they decided to pick a fight 3v2 when they knew the support there. That only means that they're looking to siege that tower. They picked the fight, they lost it. It was a very obvious fight that was going to happen, that was going to be uneven. Then, despite seeing the rotation come out from Relegades Incorporated, they were leaving the top area. They already got 2 towers. He walks into the area, dies again. What in the world is Piccolo Jack doing?
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate for him. And now we're just back to the same situation. He's playing this kind of offensive jungle. He's very behind, and yet he's still going damage because he has to finish that Trinity Force, yeah? But that just means it's so much longer until he's actually relevant. As a tank, at least. Oh.
Ooh, we see a catch onto Autumn Rain. He goes down once again. And the Masked Penguins, their playoff dreams are starting to look more and more dead as more and more members drop.
11-2. 6K, 5K gold lead. No, wait, I can't count. Well, 6K gold lead for Relegades. And now it's about to be exacerbated more if they got the tower. 70K. So, okay, let's play the counting game. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. 8K. Okay, I can count. Now, Hexagon Blade, Vertigo finished on the side of Autumn Rain, but it's not really going to be able to do much at all. And it's going to go to an uncontested.
It's gotta hurt to be the Masked Penguins right now. They need to pull off something big if they want to get back into this. It's probably gonna start with the same thing they've done last time, which was the whole get KR Fangs to split push, get them going, try and get them to do something to get the attention off the rest of the other lanes.
And I'm gonna try and do the damnedest here. What can they do, really? Static Shift built by Red Flame Evolve. That's a departure from what we've seen. He usually builds Yomu's second item I've seen him do, but well, he's having a little bit of fun this game, I guess. Wants that wave clear, even though he's playing Gangplank. Now, lots of items finished on the side of the Masked Relegades. Now, see, the only way that the Masked Penguins can really get into this, yeah, the Masked Relegades. The only way that the Penguins can get back into this is if they can pick a really good fight and then just like delete White Rod, because White Rod is building double damage.
KR Fangs caught out once again, but is saved. Will Autumn Rain be able to pull off anything? It doesn't look very likely as the Relegades are just too far ahead. Axisol getting chunked out, has to flash away. Here comes KR Fangs going on to White Raw, unable to take him out. Demoglio is going to be picked off with ease as Jax takes him down. Now KR Fangs, you're in no man's land, friend. Goodbye! And that's 13-2 on the scoreboard.
It almost worked out too, but there just wasn't enough of the masked penguins there to pick off the person they were fighting at the time. White Raw was taken very low and he was very squishy, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. 13-2. That's a 9K gold lead.
Yeah, this is looking over 10K practically. This early into the game, it's only 18 minutes. Autumn Rain, underwhelming on this Vladimir. Piccolo Jack, questionable decision making.
Yeah,
It's
just
not
really
fun
unfortunate for the masked penguins as a whole here. There's just so much that has to go right for them at this point, for them to be able to come back to this game. Potentially if White Raw does some kind of dive, they can pick him off for free and then do a 4v5, maybe. Oh, always where he needs to be there.
Yeah, White Raw is on point with where he needs to be. So far, a very uneven game as we do hit the solid 10K point. Mr. Jack's trying to farm up, not as far behind as he was in the last game, but these objectives, 6-2 in towers. And look at that, Demaglio, an uncharmed Q takes a third of his health just like that. This is very devastating.
Yeah, definitely. It's just so tragic for the masked penguins. Yeah, the masked penguins. Okay, I almost got confused there.
You mean
yeah.
the Penguins Incorporated?
Yeah, the Penguins Incorporated. It's like a spin-off of Monsters Incorporated, except in the South Pole. That's what the Penguins are, right? Wait a second. I don't actually know. I'm kind of upset about that, actually. Back to the game at hand. Just gonna be a lot of farming going on here. Not really much to do at the present. A little bit of sieging.
Yeah, it's going to be a stall game once again, and that's not how you stall out. Piccolo Jack gets caught out, chunked by the cannon barrage, manages to just barely survive. And the big thing here is their wave clear is actually really weak.
I thought Evolve taking decent amount of damage now.
The pressure is on, and this tower will get dropped in just a second, maybe in the next wave. But there are some low health
Piccolo
bars.
Jack's coming back from base. He's got an ultimate though.
Piccolo Jack and White Raw meet up. Hook lands onto KR Fangs and he drops. White Raw getting critically low, but the team is there ready to back him up. There goes the depth charge. Doesn't hit anything as the troll pull comes into full effect.
5 members of the Relegades here. Are they going to try and go for this tower? It looks like they will.
Oh, another hook. Sandwalker is so good on this champion. Now Autumn Rain using the Hemo Plague. I don't think it's going to work out too well for him, though, as he has to flash away, barely able to survive. So many low health bars. Demaglio might be able to get something, might be able to get death instead, as more members drop. That is 5 dead. Make that an unofficial ace, and this is such a terrible game to come out of the Masked Penguins.
4 blinking health bars there. Oh, and Jax isn't even dead either. Nobody is dying on the side of the Relegades. They are immortal. And they're going to be taking the base here. 10 seconds up until priority members are up, so they will actually back out here. Smart call, but they get a lot out of that.
Yeah, 21 minutes, 15K separates these teams. This is just such a dominating performance.
That definitely it is. And now they're giving people the full Mr. Jack's going to back, reset, and then they can do whatever they want, honestly. They can go for the inhibs, they can go for Baron. I bet they go for Baron.
You gotta ask yourself a question, though. Why did Autumn Rain choose to go for this Vladimir?
It's really, if he hadn't gotten behind at the beginning and then just it snowballed from there, he would be having more of an effect. But it's not really so much as his inability to play the champion so much as is how much better the Relegades are playing in team play, in ganks that have been going on by White Raw. the denial of opportunities, as we've seen, White Rock just denying a lot of these kills that could have potentially happened for the Masked Penguins. Could have potentially gotten them a little bit more gold. Care Phantom, they're trying to get this dragon for them, trying to salvage something.
I mean, it's an objective, and they desperately need those right now.
Yeah. And the Relegades are going to be around this.
No clue.
Baron. Yep. That's a Ocean Dragon. No Mountain Dragons for the set of Relegades, but I still think they can do it really fast. 3 items onto Gangplank on Red Flame Evolved. He's actually split pushing volume right now with the teleport, so he could drop in at any time. So they'll do whatever up here while Red Flame Evolved is in position.
Oh, Autumn Rain caught out once again, doesn't get charmed. He's trying to get away, taking a lot of punishment though. Autumn Rain able to dodge the Orb of Deception, but not much else as Jax takes him down. He's legendary. And that should be Baron.
Yep, that definitely should be Baron. Red Flame Evolved here, just taking this tower. Oh, missing him. Oh.
Getting caught out. Should see the Cannon Barrage come out. No, it's on cooldown at the moment. Here comes the rest of the team. Legendary once again, 10-0-2, Mr. J-Jax.
Yeah, 10-0-2 definitely doing a lot of work. There's Immortal on this RE. The only person with deaths on the entire squad of Relegades is Red Flame Evolved. So Red Flame get Evolved, give it, and Red Flame Evolved take it. But right now he's getting a lot of take it more than give it. And that's 21-2, 24 minutes in. That's a 17k gold lead.
Yeah, such disaster. There goes the charm. Axis all getting caught out and melted. Now Demoglio gets hit by the depth charge. No one to really back up. Autumn Rain, you do no damage, friend. Neither does Piccolo Jack. They're trying to defend his inhibitors, but that's triple inhibs picked up. And this means the end is very, very soon.
Now it's really it's just a formula now. They just go for the Baron, then they push in, and then they win. Only way that Masked Penguins can prolong this game a little bit more is some kind of last stand. You have to do something, maybe a dumb dive by the side of Relegades, but there's just too damn ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be a mistake to come out from the Relegades.
Yeah.
I don't see them being able to stall this out even, because they don't have good wave grid. They don't have the ability to stall it. They don't have the champions to stall it out. They pretty much have defeat set up for them unless, you know, Relegades decide to dive the fountain, to dive the obelisk.
Yep, well, Quarterfinals on the bot side, doing whatever he needs to do there, taking a little bit of farm, just preparing for the time when Relegades do this there. And they should also do it right now, honestly. What's the side of Masked Penguins going to do? They're just prolonging the game at this point. Like,
we see a bit of a standstill.
they don't even know they're in these bushes. They don't. Neither of them are aware. All right.
Oh my god, is this about to happen?
If there was a rumble, this would mimic a very iconic scene in LCK.
Oh, they're spotted out!
If there was if Red Flame Evolved was playing Rumble, this could be the setup to a very hilarious scene.
Oh my goodness, Piccolo Jack! Absolutely Piccolo whack is what that was.
He doesn't even know what hit him. He just enters the bush and he's gone.
And this is the push to end it.
Yeah, they don't even need Baron. There's the Cannon Barrage.
Look at that. Sandwalker looks so good in this game, by the way. Legendary once again. Sandwalker doing so much work for his team. Down goes Demoglio, and the Nexus is gonna fall next. KR Fangs trying to get some type of redemption. He does. He picks off White Raw, but he can't save his Nexus from going down, and he can't save his hopes for making it to the next round of playoffs as the Relegades Incorporated take this 3-2.
After such a long series, after nearly the reverse sweep dream from the Masked Penguins, 6th seed Relegades take this victory, and in a very convincing fashion in this 5th game.
Yeah, most definitely. What an intense game. It was... Whew, no way I saw this outcome coming. 5-game slobber knocker, really.
Slobber knocker indeed. Red Flame Evolved, out damaging, doing so much damage, but closely followed by Mr. J-Jax.
So we are going to have an interview with one of the members of the winning team, and it's going to be White Raw, the jungler of Relegades Incorporated.
User was moved to your channel.
And here he is, White Raw. How does it feel to be victorious after a 5-game battle?
I mean, I've been sitting on my ass for, 5 hours now? It feels terrible, actually.
Hey, same.
So I gotta ask, when the Masked Penguins came back and won 2 games in a row, how are you feeling about that? How are you feeling that the reverse sweep was imminent?
I mean, the whole time we were kind of thinking about the C9 versus TSM series, where I don't know if you remember from the LCS finals, where TSM won the first games and lost the second game. So we were like, we got to be like TSM and win the last one.
I didn't see enough flashing in from Samano to be nearly enough for TSM.
I mean, there was one time that happened for Demaglio, and we said he was wild terrible. It was, I mean, it was overall a very fun, very competitive series, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a team effort. Like, we don't necessarily win our lanes, but like we macroed very well as a team.
Do you think what really won you the game was that Udyr ban? I have to ask that because KR Fangs just looks so good on Udyr for some reason. Even though I commented earlier, he was both garbage and greatness at the same time.
I mean, that's everybody every game. Like it's flip a coin on how you play. But yeah, definitely his Udyr was definitely surprisingly very good because at first we thought it was going to be Udyr jungle and Gragas top. So that was definitely an interesting surprise that was difficult to deal with in those 2 games.
Yeah, so overall, what's your message coming into the next match? What's the message you want to send to your next opponent?
Stop banning Graves. Please.
Yeah, I'm sorry to leave that like that message.
Just let me have Graves. And also, we're gonna have Red Flame play Alawi for you next week, Lovely Girl.
Oh,
boy.
just for you.
Well, now you just might have gotten it banned for that.
Oh God.
Who knows? Just maybe. Just maybe.
So, all right. Thanks for joining us, White Raw.
Yeah,
and
no
congratulations on your victory. You definitely deserve it.
Thanks, good cast, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
So on that note, that pretty much concludes our cast, and what a series we saw.
Yeah, definitely.
Goodness gracious. The Relegades, Masked Penguins, both of you, especially the Masked Penguins, don't feel down about that series. You almost came back and you put on a great show. So great job coming from you guys. Even though this is the end of the season, it was a good and definitely amazing thing to watch.
Yeah, they had a good run. They should definitely feel proud of themselves about taking those 2 wins, being such a competitive team in general. And we'll see how the Relegades do against Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies next week. I really don't know how that's going to turn out, really.
Yeah, Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, number 1 in the league for the regular season. We're going to find out if they can actually put them to rest, if they can play the Alawi and steal it from La Blue Girl. Who knows, really? It can be anyone's game, especially with what we've seen this series. So on that note, we are going to conclude this cast of Ascension eSports Elder League. I have been Decerux, your caster of the day, followed by my co-caster, the man who has awoken from his 1,000-year sleep, Allspark.
Hello.
And we'll see you next time.
See you guys later.
So hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are